So, everyone, in case you haven't heard the news by now, because apparently nobody except Twitter is calling this out. I haven't seen nobody on YouTube, Facebook call up do this story yet about Shaun King AKA Talcolm X, this so-called black man who's really a white dude claiming that he's black. You use the BLM movement to promote his own agendas and put money in his pocket as a civil rights activist. So this is my first Shaun King video I'm doing, and it's about the whole Tamir Rice. You guys remember the whole Tamir Rice, isn't it, with the police? Well, apparently Tamir Rice's mother is calling out Shaun King for using Tamir Rice's name as a agenda to get money in his pocket. And then Shaun King had the nerve to say, as being a black man, it hurts being a black man and being called out by a family member of Tamir Rice. Even though Shaun King is a white dude, I don't care what he says. That dude is white. So here's this open letter from Tamir Rice's mother to Shaun King. Shaun King, why you think it's so important to tell folks we had a conversation? Where we talked and everything that was said was very toxic and uncomfortable for me to hear, that you raised additional money and then say you do not want to you not want to bother me. Personally, I don't understand how you sleep at night. I never gave you permission to raise nothing. Along with the United States, you robbed me for the death of my son. You gave me a cop and donut compensation. All lies, Shaun. Please stop thinking we on the same page. As a white man acting black, you are a imposter that cannot be trusted. My son was 12 years old, and DOJ needs to reopen his case period. Tamir human rights were violated. Why would you so ever make it about you? You are a selfish, self-centered person, and God would deal with you, white man. So yeah, Shaun King got called out by Tamir Rice's mother, rightfully so, because a lot of these quote unquote civil activists have been using the whole BLM movement to put money in their pocket, which is pretty sickening. You would use a death to promote money to get money in your pocket, and then say it's about social justice or social justice or a civil rights movement. Do you guys remember that whole story? Because I'm pretty sure leftist media like CNN, MSNBC doesn't, about how one of the co-founders of BLM took the money for racial injustice or some quote unquote injustice, and used that money to buy her houses, to buy her 4 houses over $4.2 million. And apparently nobody cared. She did this whole resignation thing, but that's because she got caught. She got caught, and then she tried to put the whole "I'm a trained Marxist" is what I do. She literally gave no care of that she ended up using a movement for quote unquote racial injustice, and none of that money actually went to racial injustice, to fixing the racial injustice in this country. I ain't see not one story from that money going to the black community, which Black Lives Matter, to help out the poverty rate and all the other problems in the black community that apparently some of these people say it's not injustice. They just remain quiet about it. That money should have went to rebuilding the black community, not to promote buying houses or going into real estate. And Shaun King doing the complete inhumane thing, using somebody's death in order to gain money in their pocket, because white cop black man, it reaches the headline, but black guy killing black guy, it doesn't. That's the problem. That's the main problem in with this whole thing, which is why a lot of people don't really promote the whole BLM thing. And I ain't talking about black, and I ain't talking about white people. There's a lot of black people who don't follow the movement either. There's some on the left who don't support it, and some on the right who don't support it because a lot of them knew it was a scam. See, I don't get how people can believe anything Shaun King says when he's got with Shaun King. It hasn't been a whole civil rights activist ever since. He's never, as far as I know, he's never did anything like this before. But apparently, ever since BLM came out, that's when he was like, "Yo, I'm gonna go and hop on the bandwagon and make myself richer." And it's not working out for Shaun King since he got caught up by Tamir Rice's mother. BLM should tell Shaun King to stay away from him. Just like with the whole Antifa thing, BLM should have told Antifa to stay away from them, because with Antifa joining in these BLM protests, they end up getting more of a bad rap than they had been before. But everybody say Biden would say Antifa is just an idea. When let's take a look at Portland. Portland is still being burned down to the ground. The police riot squad ended up resigning. Each and every last one of them, and crime is still skyrocketing in Chicago, and Detroit, and St. Louis, just to name a few more. If Shaun King actually cared about this whole racial injustice thing, then how come he's not in Chicago, where the majority of black people get killed by other black people, not cops? Gang violence is the number one problem. Same thing with St. Louis, Detroit, Delaware, and there's one more on the top of my head that I can't think of. Shaun King needs to be sued tremendously by the family of Tamir Rice, because he used his name for a political gain and for banking. Shaun King should be ashamed of himself tremendously, because this is sickening that people actually would stand up to Shaun King for this, because he claims he's a black man, but he's white. Let me guys know what you did in the comments below. If you like what I'm saying, like, comment, subscribe. What do you guys think about this? Do you think Shaun King is in the right, or do you think Tamir Rice's family should sue Shaun King for defamation or for lying? You guys let me know in the comment section below. If you like what I'm saying, like, comment, subscribe, share the video. I'll see you on the next one. I'm out. Okay, you can go ahead and play it.